Alrighty, so hello everybody. In this video, Mr. Rainbolt is going to be showing you what to expect from activity 421, just kind of give you a general breakdown. What we're going to be doing in this activity is we're going to actually be creating a spreadsheet to hold all of our data. So we're going to be creating this data table in Google Sheets. Your final table is going to be taking the form of something looking like something like this. What I did end up doing is I did end up blacking these out so that you can actually see these values, because these are what you're going to actually be experimentally determining. And additionally, we're going to end up taking this data. We're going to basically filter it towards the end. I also blacked this out because these are all the values you're going to end up with. But what you're going to do with these values, with the displacement in meters as well as the applied force in newtons, so we're going to end up creating a graph from this. And what we can do is, graphically model this. But then additionally, what you can do is algebraically or mathematically model this as well. And so we've got this line on here, and what we can actually end up doing too is if I double click on this, I can go ahead and edit this chart. And if I go down here, I can go to customize and I can go to the series. Now in the series down here, we can end up adding in the trend line. So that's what showed up here. What I can also do is I can add in a label and I can use an equation. And so what that'll do is it'll actually give us an equation for this line, so that we can actually put our data and model it to a mathematical function basically. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to just get you started on this. So what you want to do is do sheets.new. If you do sheets.new, that's going to end up creating a new spreadsheet. We're going to call this 421. So this is going to be 4.21. You can put in the front of this IED as well. IED 421 spring simulation, not sprint. Oops, spring simulation. Apparently I can't type today. What we're going to end up putting here at the top is going to be just exactly this. So I'm going to end up taking these just from before, and I'm going to end up pasting these in here. But you can all type these out, right? Additionally, what you're probably going to want to do is you're going to want to end up making these a little bit bigger. So if you end up clicking on this, you can hold down shift. You can then click on that next guy. If you right click this, you can actually end up having this be where you can fit these columns. Let's see here. How do we do that? What we can also do is if you just do this, you can hold down shift, click on these guys, you can spread this out too. Then what you can also do is you can exit out of this. You can also end up increasing the height or the text font of this font size. Additionally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up using this too, so we can go down 6. I'm going to end up selecting this. I'm going to go down 6 here, and I'm going to end up actually creating a border for this. Now you can also mess with this border style where it's the different thickness. I'm going to also end up making these a little bit bigger as well. And then probably last and final thing I'm going to do is I'm going to center all my data. So I'm going to center it both horizontally as well as vertically. So that's going to look pretty good. In terms of the relax length, you're going to actually put in 4.8 centimeters for all of these. That's what we're going to end up finding out. I would also add in this stretch length here, just as we have. We're going to be going through and determining that based off of the actual activity and what they tell us. And so what you're going to be using is this PhET simulator. And so this is actually in the distance learning activity, but we want to select as lab. And so there's going to be different parts of the e-text you're going to actually go through, but what you're going to be doing is you're going to be messing around with this mass here, right? And so you're going to end up placing this mass on here, and you're going to see it's going to go crazy. You can end up pressing the stop button. What you want to ensure is that your spring is set up to be on the 3rd tick mark, so 1, 2, 3 over. You also want to make sure that all of these are clicked and set up, and then you also have this ruler here. Now, the thing I want to mention about the ruler that you want to be very careful with is, although this has centimeters here, that's actually in millimeters. And so technically, whenever we look at this, if I'm looking at the unstretched length here, we're actually going to be at 4.8 centimeters. So if I go back to this, for instance, the stretch or the relaxed length, I have 4.8 there. Although it says, once again, although it says 48 centimeters, it's actually 4.8 centimeters. Treat this as this is millimeters. Okay, so I'll go ahead and I'll go and do a test reading with you. What they want is for us to get our stretch length to 6 centimeters. So what we want in this case is we want our stretch length to actually go all the way down to here on this. And so what we've got is this is at 100 grams, so we can end up moving up. They say actually start at 50 and then move your way down. So let's say that I start at 50, we could do that, stop this right here. We want to get down to 60. So I'm going to just go in here. I'm going to continue to increase this until this green line right here ends up hitting that 60 mark. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go one more click, And I think that that's pretty solid. That's at 60. So what I want to do is I want to put down my grams in here, right? So what we can do is, this is the applied force in grams. And so we were at, what was that value again? 74, right? So 74. Now, what we can do is we can determine the displacement. We talked about this, right? What displacement is in the E-Tex activity. They talk about that. Basically what the displacement of a spring is the stretched length minus the relaxed length. And so what I did in here is I put an equal sign, and then I put in the cell value B2. So I clicked on that cell, and then minus A2. So what that's going to do is it's going to automatically calculate out that displacement for us. So what I can do is I can click and drag this. What that's going to end up doing is it's going to automatically apply this. Now this is going to differ here, right? Because what we eventually do is, this is 6.5. This should be 7.5. This should be 8, I believe. Was that it? Oh, sorry. This should be 7. This is 7.5, and then this is 8. So then we end up getting these displacements, right? Now this stretch length, remember, you're going to end up making some changes to this so that you can increase the math, get it to 6.5. But we can automatically do that. Now, what you can also see is we are in centimeters here. What we want to do is convert that to meters. So how many centimeters are there in a meter? Well, there's 100, right? So basically what I can do is I can take this value, if I divide that by 100, that's going to automatically convert it to displacement. Now they have the suggested autofill here for me. You could totally end up clicking the green check mark just in case this didn't show up to you. It's just the same process as before. You're going to click down here, drag it all the way down there. It's going to automatically apply it, right? Now, in terms of going from grams to newtons, what we basically want to do is we want to end up taking this value right here, and we're going to divide that by 1,000. Why are we dividing it by 1,000? Because there are 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram. What we can then do is multiply that by 9.81. Now, how could you determine this? If you end up Google searching this, it'll end up showing you that. So if you convert grams to newtons, we're going to see you take your grams value divided by 1,000, multiply it then by 9.81. That's going to end up giving you your final value for the applied force of newtons. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to get back into the simulator. You've got to end up getting to these specified stretch lengths, and what you want to end up marking down is how many grams you have on there, right? It's going to then end up calculating out the applied force. We're going to be looking at this data right here, the applied force, as well as this displacement data in the end. And what you can do is, if you are collecting this data just straight into the sheet, you can put down raw data. Okay, in the end, what we're going to do is we're going to have the filtered data, and in the filtered data, we're going to actually just be collecting the displacement as well as the applied force. We're going to be putting those two into here for that in the end. All right. But anyways, hope that this was helpful. Thank you all so much for watching. Catch you later. Bye-bye.